Welcome to Milk and Honey. My name is Maddie. I want to share a couple of dreams today. They might be a little bit all over the place, but stay with me. The first one that I want to share is regarding the planes that are falling. I recently had a dream where I saw a big jumbo white airplane starting to nosedive and crash. But while it was in the air, a bunch of bubbles appeared. You know, those bubbles that appeared in New Jersey that you can't talk about anymore. Otherwise, your video gets flagged and removed. Those bubbles. People call them Dior bags. So a, I saw like a bunch of bubbles starting to form around the airplane. I had the understanding that the bubbles did something to the airplane for it to lose control. Now, I don't know if the size of this plane represented the size of the event or just the size of the plane, but I saw one of those really, really big airplanes. I don't travel, so I wouldn't know what they are called. And I know airplanes have been falling, I just haven't posted about it. I still don't know exactly what the dream, why the Lord gave me this dream. I don't know if there's another event, another airplane that is going to crash, and or the significance is going to be greater. But I definitely saw this huge airplane. The front of the nose was rounded. That's one of the details that stood out to me. Like the front of it was like more rounded. It wasn't, like a jet plane or like an air fighter, nothing like that. It was like literally like a giant, humongous white airplane. So like I said, we're gonna be jumping because these are just like little clips that I've seen in my dream. I'm trying to connect the dots here, okay? And I'm bringing you guys along to my little like brain puzzle. I had this other dream where I saw, I think it was two or three really large military vehicles. Like humongous. I don't know what they're called. I am not smart in that area, okay? But they were really big, like military vehicles. And I saw them going down a road. Right here in Florida, we have a Interstate 10. Um, and most of that interstate, if not all, I mean, most what I have traveled on is just like it's an expressway, but like very rural, where they're just like going, like one going this way, one going that way. There's not a lot of like multiple lanes like you would see in a regular expressway. I saw those military vehicles going down through like some sort of road like this, but they stopped it. Like they blocked the road. I saw vehicles behind the military vehicles, like regular cars, and the cars were not allowed to pass this certain road. So after that, I was walking through like a rural area. There were like a bunch of trees. I always keep saying that I want to move to a place where there's like a bunch of trees and I barely see neighbors. Well, this was kind of like that. I just saw like a dirt road and a bunch of trees, and they were houses, but they were very like separated from one another. I saw a bunch of garbage. I knew that the garbage had not been picked up, and I also saw a lot of mail. Like if the almost looked like the postage office had not delivered any mail, like if it was just like stopped, because I saw mail on the floor. I saw a bunch of garbage, like if services were just like stopped. I am really hoping that this is not martial law. Like I am really hoping that, like, ooh, I don't know. But anyways, that's what the first thing that came to my mind. Like martial law, like they're gonna block roads or people are doing crazy stuff. I don't know, but this is what I saw in my dream, and it really stood out to me. Have you guys heard about Candace Owens' new journalism story is going to be about? Um, it's going to be about Harvey Weinstein. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And it is very funny because I had a dream, which I never dream about Hollywood people. Like, I could care less what they're doing. I know there's a bunch of weirdos in Hollywood, so like, nothing is new, right? Um, but in this particular dream, and I thought it was kind of interesting because I never heard like bad stuff, like super bad stuff talked about him. I heard about J Lo being involved with the P Diddy stuff, but in this dream, I dreamt that a lot of people were going to try to flee the United States so they wouldn't be prosecuted. But in particular, I dreamt that Ben Affleck was involved in something, that he was trying to find a way to flee the country. Now, that might just be my crazy ideas. I'm not sure, but I have no interest in these people. So why am I dreaming about Ben Affleck? Like, I really don't like any of his movies or him as an actor. So yeah, like, no, like, you could tell me that I dream about Keanu Reeves because like, he's Keanu Reeves, or Superman, because that's Superman. But um why this dude? Anyways, so I think there's definitely going to be a lot of exposure. Hollywood is definitely trembling at their own feet right now, and they're going to be scared of what's going to come out. But for whatever reason, I saw Ben Affleck was going to try it and flee. I'm just inviting you guys to come and brainstorm with me. This is what goes on in my head. Honestly, sometimes I'm like, Lord, what does this mean? Are these two dreams connected to each other? Can you like reveal to me a little bit more? Am I supposed to just forget about it? Are you going to reveal more to me? And these conversations are just going in my head throughout the day, me speaking to God, and I'm just letting you guys in on my little what's going on in my head, my little thought process. But yeah, those are the main things that I have been like thinking about lately, and I don't know, because exposure is coming, and just people are going to try to hide their crimes, or just have people, like, look over here so you don't look at me. Look at this tragedy that is happening. Don't pay attention to what I am doing. Like I said, this is just random thoughts in my head. And so yeah, so don't judge me too much. I'm just sharing my thought process of what the Lord has been showing me. I also want to add that, remember that I've seen another pandemic coming, another sickness coming, and we have just started to see that breakout. A lot of the news are starting to, I wonder why, put the focus on that. Even Trump said that they have found another pandemic, another breakout in China. So please stay alert. Please stay healthy. Please reduce alcohol and anything that's going to poison your body, and keep your body as healthy as possible. Now, I do want to talk about Mr. Garrison. Mr. Garrison has not showed up. Oh, if you didn't know, one of my cats escaped. We haven't seen him. We have looked, we have called, we have put food for him outside, we have put his litter box outside, we have walked the neighborhoods. I have prayed. I've asked you guys to help me pray. I've been praying at church, and not just me, my daughter. So we have been looking for Mr. Garrison. The thing is, um, with the gift that the Lord had with the gift the Lord gave me about seeing in the spirit. Seeing in the spirit mean, like, I could go into I sometimes can go into prayer, and while I am praying, I could see visions, right? So I was really worried about Mr. Garrison. And look, I have a lot of cats. They are outside cats. We have trained them for them not to leave. So it's not like we haven't done this. We have done this with like plus 20 cats, 20 cats plus. So, and they stay around. So we have trained many, many cats to stay. I think what happened was that Possum came to our house and definitely spooked our little Garrison away, because he was spending time in our Florida sunroom, which has closed doors. but there's like an opening, um, where like the storm tore my little screen thing. So he probably could have just like climbed out. So this possum got in. My daughter saw him in the little cat little tower that we had, and I think that's what happened. Anywho, so with the gift that the Lord gave me, when I go into prayer, sometimes I go see visions. And I saw Garrison walking in a cul-de-sac, which I think is a cul-de-sac on the other, right next to our home. Um, I saw him walking at dusk time. And then I saw him going inside a house with a dark door. It almost looked like a grayish, dark bluish, or a black door. Um, I was not able to see completely, but I noticed one of the details I noticed is that the door opened opposite to ours. So I was trying to figure out if the Lord was showing me that Garrison was gonna come back to our home, or if he went into a home with a similar color door than ours, because ours is like a dark bluish gray color. We have been praying a lot for Mr. Garrison. Here's why. He his owner died. Um, he had an elderly owner. So his owner died and he was placed in PetSmart. My daughter works at PetSmart. So they placed him there. The friend of my daughter adopted him. Mr. Garrison is one of the sweetest little cats. All he wants to do is cuddle. All he wants to do is get some love. And the friend of my daughter who adopted him hated that he was a cuddly cat. Okay. He hated that he wanted to get cuddles. He hated that he wanted to get attention, which just broke my heart, right? She actually had two cats. So the other cat would beat up Mr. Garrison. So when we received Garrison, he was full of scratches and scars. It is what it is, right? And we were not going to adopt Mr. Garrison, but my daughter's friend, she joined the Navy, and she was going to board up the other cat that she had, but she was going to give Mr. Garrison into the humane society. So he was just going to throw him in the pound. So that's when we took him in. Now Garrison lived most of the time inside our house, but sometimes we like to socialize him with our other nice cats, our nice cats, not the minis. Okay, we socialized them. We kept them in the garage, and then we slowly started taking him to the Florida sunroom so he could get air, so he could get wind and the sun, and socialize with the baby kittens that we have. They're very nice and very cuddly. You guys seen them? They always follow me around. So those are the ones we started to socialize him with, so that he could get like part of our family. Um, but unfortunately, that possum came and spooked him away. So that is why it hurt so much that Mr. Garrison escaped. Because his first owner, I'm pretty sure his first owner loved him and gave him a lot of love. His second owner basically neglected him and hated the fact that he was a cuddly, sweet cat, and let him get beat up by her other cat. And we just wanted to give Mr. Garrison a nice home. Also, Mr. Garrison is very sweet. I don't think he will be able to live outside and not be beat up. We had just cut his nails when he escaped, so he didn't even have his nails to protect him. And he has a very sensitive stomach. Anyways, about Mr. Garrison, I'm sorry, I just love Mr. Garrison and I want him back. But I dreamt that he went into a home. And then my daughter, which has a similar gift to mine, she kept dreaming, I saw Mr. Garrison. He had very silky hair, like somebody was taking care of him. So we think he probably went into somebody's home, and we're going to start putting posters so that if somebody does have him in this home, he could get we could get him back. I want him back. But throughout, my daughter went to look for him on, like, shelters, on pounds, on, like, and we ended up adopting another baby girl, a black cat. But that's just who we are. Um, so right now, that's what we're doing. We're just going to be putting posters up in case somebody, not in case, I know the Lord revealed to me that somebody has him in their house. So that is a little bit weight off my shoulders. We are still looking. We have joined so many lost animal pages around our area, and it's just heartbreaking to see so many people dumping animals and lost animals. um but anyways, that's just a little update on Mr. Garrison. I'm hopeful that we will return him, that we will see him again. But if we don't, I know that the Lord placed him in somebody's home. I don't know that for sure. So yeah, just a little update on Mr. Garrison. Well, thank you for joining me. And if you are like watching to the end, well, then you must be a regular watcher. So thank you for joining me, and thank you for all the prayers that Mr. Garrison has received. Thank you for your concerns, and thank you for your well wishes. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.